Shabbat Shalom. In a moment, I'm going to warmly welcome all of you to our Shabbat service and acknowledge the various celebrations taking place across this weekend. But before we get too jolly, this is also a moment to be serious.
Eternal God, I light this candle in loving memory of all those killed in the terror attacks in Israel on 7 October. May this memorial candle be a symbol of our communal grief for all those innocents who have since lost their lives. As we enter Shabbat with its hope of a world renewed, may this candle be our lantern for the hostages and our beacon for peace. May such be the divine will. Amen.
Amen. From memorializing to acknowledging things to celebrate and the joy of Jewish life. Aaron is coming up to the bimah in a moment with his family to light Shabbat candles. Tomorrow morning, as well as his bar mitzvah, we have a double baby blessing. And tonight we have not one, but two wedding couples whom we want to celebrate with their ufruf at various different points in the service. People sometimes say to me, what's the plural of ufruf? And when I explain to them it's in German, I'm not sure that there's really an easy way of doing it in plurals. Some people call them woof-woofs, which also sounds like it's in plurals too. But nonetheless, I would say they're pre-wedding celebrations here in the synagogue. It's also my absolute privilege to welcome Lord and Lady Pickles here to the sanctuary with us this evening. It's fantastic you're with us, and we're looking forward to hearing from you later. And also to welcome some representatives from Noah's Ark Hospice, especially Alison Goodman, their CEO, who's going to be saying just a few words to us a little bit later about why they were our High Holy Day appeal and what we've managed to achieve for them. But right now, it's time for Shabbat. Please turn to page 1.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. We turn to Matovu on page 3, and still standing, we join with Richard and Maya and our musicians to really start the celebrations. As you sit down, we're on page 6.
God of all creation, you have made us the custodians of your world, to tend it, to serve it, and to enjoy it. For 6 days, we measure and we build, we count and carry the real and the imagined burdens of our task, the success we earn, and the price we pay. On this, the Sabbath day, give us rest. For 6 days, if we are weary or bruised by the world, if we think ourselves giants or cause others pain, there is never a moment to pause and know what we should really be. On this, the Sabbath day, give us time. For 6 days, we are torn between our private greed and the urgent needs of others, between the foolish noises in our ears and the silent prayer of our soul. On this, the Sabbath day, give us understanding and peace. Help us, God, to carry these lessons of rest and time, of understanding and peace, into the 6 days that lie ahead, to bless us in the working days of our lives. Amen.
Amen. On page 8, we come to Yom Zeh L'Yisrael. And if you turn please to page 18, to Psalm 96, I'm going to hand over to Carolyn to read that psalm in loving memory of her beloved father and his 100 and wonderful years.
Thank you. Sing to the Eternal a new song. Sing to the Eternal, all the earth. Sing to the Eternal, bless God's name, proclaim God's salvation day after day. Describe God's glory among the nations and God's wonders among all peoples. For great is the Almighty and praised aloud, awesome beyond all gods. For all the people's gods are false gods, but the Creator has made the heavens. Splendor and radiance are in God's presence, strength and beauty in God's place. Give to the Eternal, you races and peoples. Give to the Eternal glory and strength. Give to the Eternal the glory due to God's name. Bear an offering and enter God's courts. Worship the Eternal in the radiance of holiness. Tremble before God, all the earth. Say among the nations, the Eternal rules. The world too is set firm and cannot be shaken. God will judge the peoples with justice. Let the heavens rejoice and the earth delight. Let the sea thunder in its fullness. Let the field be glad and all within it. Let all the trees of the forest sing out at the presence of the Creator who comes to judge the earth. God will judge the world with righteousness and the peoples with truth.
L'chad Odi can be found on page 23. As l'chad Odi ended and the members of the congregation would turn back from looking at the doors to their seats, people who had been bereft would enter the sanctuary, the moment for the mourners to enter and be amongst their community and to feel comforted in time for Psalm 92. That was the tradition set out within Jewish liturgy. Today we come together at the start of a service, but it doesn't mean that amongst us there aren't people with heavy hearts, thinking of absent loved ones. For those of you amongst us this evening who are marking the anniversary of a yard site, the anniversary of losing someone whom you've loved, or perhaps they've passed away during this last year, or perhaps you're just thinking of them right now, this is our moment to comfort you. May God comfort you, together with all those who mourn. And zichronam lefracha, may your wonderful memories of them be a source of blessing and comfort, now and always. Amen. Page 25. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lahodot l'Adonai u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. והגיד בבוקר הסתך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. כי שמחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. איש בעל לא ידע, וכסו לא יבין את זאת. בפרח רשעים כמו עשב, ויציצו כל פועלי אבן, להישמדם עדי עד. ואתה מרום לעולם אדוני. כי הנה אויביך אדוני, כי הנה אויביך יאבדו, יפרדו כל פועלי אבן. ותרם קירן קני, בלותי בשמן רענן, ותבט עיני בשורי, בקמים עלי מרעים, תשמענה אוזני. We rise for the Baruch Hu, the call to be together as a community. Please, can I ask you to sit down unless your name is David and you're getting married to another David by a Rabbi David next month. In which case, can you come up and join us on the bimah as you take two talitot? And I'm going to let everyone into a secret. Our wedding WhatsApp organising group is called David Cubed. Now, David and David, the sun has come out today as a reminder that you're getting married in a sunnier climate than this one. but the smiles on your faces are already radiant. And why wouldn't they be? You're in this synagogue, a place that you now call your spiritual home, standing next to the man you love, about to be blessed by this entire community. Can I ask you to rise? And Misha Berach, an opportunity to ask for God's blessing upon the two of you on this very special occasion. Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov, ve'imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Leah v'Rachel, hu yivarech et ha'chatanim, sha'alu hayom lichbod hamakom, lichbod ha'shabbat, lifnei chatunatam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu yadichem ba'or amito kol hayamim, ויברך אותם ואת כל משפחותיכם, וישלח ברכה והצלחה בכל מעשה ידיכם, עם כל ישראל, אחיכם ואחיותיכם. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah and Rachel, bless the two of you, David and David, who have today come up to the bima in honor of God and of Shabbat before the occasion of your wedding. May the Holy Blessed One lead you together in light and truth forever, bless you and your families, and prosper you in all that you undertake, together with all your brothers and sisters of the house of Israel. And let us say, Amen. And in addition, we're going to take a moment to celebrate this moment with the Shehechianu, the blessing for thanking God for bringing us to this time. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Amen. And as I present you with this certificate, we're going to say the words we say every single wedding to a happy couple: not break a leg, but break a glass, or in your case, break two. Mazal tov.
Please be seated as we continue together on the top of page 30 with an alternative evening prayer. We bless you, Adonai, our God and God of the universe. With a word you change daylight to twilight. With wisdom you open the morning, endowing the hours with meaning, arranging the changes of seasons. You fashion the stars in the skies to watch over us. You create daytime and night, turning light from darkness and dark from light. Sunrise, sunset, morning, evening. Your name is Adonai, our God. You live within us now and above and beyond us forever and ever. We bless you, Adonai, who brings us to evening. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev et amo Yisrael. We rise on page 31 as we come together for the Shema. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בהם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרת מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Please be seated as we turn forward in our prayer books to the bottom of page 33. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו, העושה גדולות עד אין חקר, ונפלאות עד אין מספר. ראו בניו גבורתו, שיבחו והודו לשמו ומלכותו, ברצון קיבלו עליהם. משה ומרים ובני ישראל לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם בחותך אדוני אלוהינו ראו בניך על הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וקולו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. Page 35. Baruch atah Adonai, hapore sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al amo Israel, ve'al kol ha'olam. Page 38, please rise in whatever way you are able as we come to the Amidah. אלוהי יצחק, אלוהי רבקה, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי רחל, ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, קונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך חוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, חוקי שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה לעתים אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו, לשנה עפר, מחמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום מלך, מלך ממיד ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יננוך הסלע, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. You may choose to be seated at this time as we take an opportunity for silent prayer and reflection. We'll join back together again on page 45 with a prayer for healing. Page 45. Time now to think of those in our community who are in need of healing. Liz Gluckman, Eliza Horstman, Stella Hirsch, Tessa Levy, Sammy Rosenberg, Harold Gervik, Lyndon Reese, David and Valerie Abrahamson, Kato Hedlam, Rabbi Adam Frankenberg, Jane Kleiner, Edward Hoffman, Louise Kay, Jerry Lindell, Julia Markson, Hadar Gadol, David Chapman, and John Mayo. We think also of our adopted hostages, David and Ariel Cunyo, and of Arbel Yehud. God grant them wholeness of the soul and healing of the body. Baruch atah Adonai rofeh hacholim umatir asurim. Let's join together in a prayer for peace. Set true peace upon your people Israel forever, for you are the source of all peace, and in your eyes it is good to bless your people Israel at every time and in every hour with your peace. Blessed are you, God, blessing your people Israel with peace.
Say shalom b'rumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol ha'olam, ve'imru. Amen. Last week was Shavuot, and yet this community is already busy planning for the High Holy Days, which this year are especially late, coming at the beginning of October. One of the nicest bits of preparation is getting to decide who the recipients are going to be for our High Holy Day appeal. Monica over there chairs the committee that has to deliberate between all the charities that ask us to support them. And each and every year the synagogue chooses 4 worthy causes. Normally something that supports the members of our own community, something that supports the members of Anglo Jewry, something that supports Israeli Jewry, and something that makes a difference in wider society. Last year, various people asked us to support Noah's Hospice. I'm not going to say more about that in a moment because we're going to hear from someone who is an expert. But I want to say that we should be very proud as a community that every year we really make a difference for 4 different causes. As a disclaimer, I want to say that a member of this community is also the Honorary Life Chair of Noah's Ark. Jeremy, will you give us a wave? Jeremy at the back, Jeremy Isaacs. And we didn't even know that when we chose the charity, so there was no nepotism here, I promise. But nonetheless, when I told Jeremy last summer, he was delighted. Alison, it is such a privilege to welcome you to the bima of this synagogue. just to say a little bit about this phenomenal charity that all of you have supported.
Dear friends, I'm absolutely delighted to be here at West London Synagogue. I'm actually a member of Finchley Reformed Synagogue, but tonight I'm here today as the Deputy Chief Exec of Noah's Ark Children's Hospice. In 2006, Noah's Ark started providing a hospice at home service, offering clinical, emotional and practical support for children and young people with life-limiting and life-threatening conditions and their families living in North London. The children we work with have a range of complex conditions. Our services help families make the most of the precious time that they have together, and we continue to support families after bereavement. Because of an increase in the numbers of those needing our support, we have over the past years been expanding, growing and developing our programmes of community and home-based care, and increasing our outreach and our volunteer programme. But even with all this, we knew that there were gaps, things that we simply couldn't do without a hospice building, which is why over 10 years ago, we purchased land in Barnet, a magnificent 7.5-acre nature reserve, and built a purpose-built hospice building, the Ark, to complement and enhance our hospice at home service by offering, amongst many other things, end-of-life and post-death care. And I am honoured to say that one of your West London family, Jeremy Isaacs, played an incredible part in this Building the Ark project, and subsequently in the charity as our chair. We are forever grateful to you, Jeremy, and also to you, Joanne, one of our first ever volunteers, for your continuous and very generous support. We moved into the Ark in 2019, and we now support over 350 children and families. Statistics indicate that there are over 2,600 children and families in North and Central London who could use our services, at home, in the Ark, and with your help, we can be there for each and every one of them. It will cost £6 million to keep Noah's Ark afloat this year, and over 90% of that comes from the voluntary sector, from generous communities like West London, from individuals, companies, trusts and foundations. And I am here this evening to say a resounding Toda Rabah. Thank you so much for your generosity. We received a staggering £43,000 from your High Holy Day appeal. Sonia says, it's hard to imagine when your child is dying that you can have happy times, but Noah's Ark gave us that, and now that Pedro has passed, his sisters and me and my husband have wonderful, happy memories of him. And Rose says, the Ark is a place of life. It's a place of life, of light and of play. It's a place that can let our children be more than the difficulties they face and more than the labels they are labelled with. This is a place where specialist care is offered, a place for families to connect, a place where the most precious of memories will be made. So thank you for choosing Noah's Ark Children's Hospice and for supporting us so incredibly generously. Thank you from Sonia, thank you from Rose, thank you from Jeremy, and thank you from all our families. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Now, Alison, just before you go, when I was a child, we would have had one of those great big cheques. You remember them? With £43,000 written across it. It's not because it's Shabbat that we don't have one of them. It's because we're a green synagogue and we don't unnecessarily waste paper. But nonetheless, we want to say that that gift, however big it feels, is from us a small token of our absolute belief in your cause and our steadfast commitment to doing what we can to help you. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. Toda Rabah to you as well. We rise for the Aleinu on page 48. Aleinu l'shabbat adon hakol, la'tegelu la'le'otzet reishit, ha'shevach rabanu mikol ha'amim, v'na'atan lanu et torato. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומשב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו כגופי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אלוקינו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו כדעת היום והשבות אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים עמם ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. As we turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 53, we turn our hearts to those members of our community whom we've lost in recent days. Rolf Allen, husband of Goldie, father of Tim and Fiona, father-in-law of Claudia and Julian, grandfather and great-grandfather. Janet Ulvedalen, aunt of Hannah Marie Bratton. Robert Vigel, husband of Susan, father of Simon and Rachel, and grandfather. And as we mark the Shloshim, the period of 30 days since we learnt of the death of one of our hostages, who, as it turns out, had been murdered on the 7th of October, we mourn the passing of Dolev Yehud, now on the back row, but still at the front of our hearts. On their yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death, we remember Ida Lesk, mother of Victor, Dennis Collins, husband of Helen, father of Carolyn, Jane and Susan, and grandfather. Ruth Dina Curtis, mother of John, mother-in-law of Anne. Mark Sidney Finberg, father of Aubrey and Mark, father-in-law of Darashi and Flicky. Ivor Gershfield, husband of Inga. David Crocker, husband of Erica, father of Lorraine DaCosta, Paul and Howard Crocker. Margaret Westwood, mother of Jill. Gerald Rapaport, father of Simon, father-in-law of Eileen, grandfather and great-grandfather. On a weekend of celebrations, Aaron, we remember your grandpa, Mark Rosenthal, father of your mother, Marjorie. And I know for our Ufruf, we mark various absent loved ones, but particularly for you, Clara, we think of your late father, William. For all those whom we've named aloud and for those we name quietly in our hearts, we also add those who have no one left to mourn for them. And for our Spoken Memory project on this Shabbat, we honour the memory of Gertruida Cohen, who was aged 46 when she was murdered in the Holocaust, and who has no one left to mourn for her. And yet, we still remember. And so we say, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'amad divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei techol beit Yisrael, ba'gala u'vizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ololmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'tada v'talei v'talal, shmei dekudesha b'richu, le'ela minko b'echata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, diamiran ba'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol ha'olam, v'imru amen. Please do not sit down, which is what everyone's so used to, because we have an opportunity for another Alfruf. And how very fitting to invite Alexander, who I've known as Ali for more than 20 years, and Clara up onto the bimah. Ali, I know this is your family synagogue. And Clara, I know this has become the place that you call your Jewish spiritual home. And Ali, I want to say to your parents how lovely to have them here, to have the two of you here, and to have the almost next generation here with us as well, as we open the ark and celebrate your forthcoming wedding. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarah Rivka Lev Rachel hu yivarech et hechatam v'et hakala she'alu hayom lifbot hamakom lifbot haShabbat lifnei chaltunatam. May the one who blessed all of our ancestors bless you, Ali and Clara, who have today come up to the bimah in honor of God and of Shabbat before the occasion of your wedding next weekend. May the Holy Blessed One lead you together in light and truth forever, bless you and your growing families, and prosper you in all that you undertake, together with all your brothers and sisters of the house of Israel and the house of humanity. V'imru, and let us say, Amen. Amen. And we ask for your blessing on this special occasion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Please do sit down. A couple of announcements about just the next few days, and then a couple of announcements about next weekend. Tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. we have the Shabbat Breakfast Club. Apparently I'm told there will be smoked salmon bagels, and I'm going to be exploring with all those who attend at 9:30 a.m. the topic of healing within Judaism and what are we really praying for. I also want to draw your attention to Tuesday, because our chairman will tell me off if I don't. Richard over there has the pleasure of his first AGM as chairman of West London Synagogue, and you are all very welcome to join us for the AGM, to vote on all the important things, to take part in all the fascinating synagogue business that we have to approve of, and to come together as a community to acknowledge what we have continued to achieve to do in spite of this being a very, very tough year for Jews everywhere.
If you fancy doing something a bit lighter, and you've got a little one under the age of 6, tomorrow at 9:45, we'll also have our fabulous Shabbatot service. So if you'd like to join myself and Dahlia, we only have a few more Shabbatot services before we go on our summer break, so please do come and join us.
Next Friday night we have a first service, and then at 7:15 a special Pride Shira service followed by supper. Join the two of us, the Jewish LGBT plus group, for an upbeat, celebratory, festive Shabbat service. All are welcome, and the service is going to be led by Maya and Eyal. The Adon Olam tune is off the charts. You really have to be here to know what's going to happen. And after that there's a catered buffet supper with a bar. It's a special price for members and a slightly more for non-members, but we'd love you to be with us in the safety of this sanctuary to celebrate Pride.
The following morning, you can join myself, Maya, and Eyal for a Pride Shira Chadashah service. We're hoping that the weather will cooperate and we'll be able to spend the morning on the roof in glorious sunshine as we sing our way through the morning service.
And that's going to be followed in the afternoon by a celebratory Pride picnic on the roof. And anyone who's a member of the synagogue and anyone who's part of a Jewish delegation can apply for an invitation to be with us. We'd love to be together to celebrate Pride. Now, in a moment, we're going to finish the service with Adon Olam on page 57. But if you are under the age of bar or bat mitzvah, Aaron, that is you until tomorrow morning. We'd like you to come up onto the bima and join us for the concluding blessing. And if you are one of the couples we celebrated, please come up again. So, Adon Olam, page 57. As you rise, we're on page 67, second blessing down. Before that blessing is led for us by all those up on the bima, just to thank Glenn for keeping the technology going and all of our volunteers to make every service possible. And of course, Richard and Maya and our choir and our Shira musicians for glorious combo music. Here we go. Yevarachenu Adonai Yishmerenu. Ya'er Adonai panav eleinu v'kunenu. Yisa Adonai panav eleinu v'yasem lanu shalom. May God bless us and keep us. May God's face shine upon us and be gracious to us. May God's face turn towards us and give us peace. Shabbat Shalom. Mazel tov. Mazel tov to you. There we go. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Well done. Right, let's stop.
well, 45 is every year special. Every year special. I thought.
There you go. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Thank you. I think so. Hello. Right by the Sainsbury's. Ah. Yeah, I'd love
Shabbat shalom,
to.
everyone. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Can I ask everyone to move right in? There are so many of us. We need to get everyone right up and right in. Here we go. Probably shouting onto the poor live stream. Here we go. Shabbat shalom. Can I ask everyone standing in the cheeks of the stairs to move in? Come on in. Come and join us. Come on in. Never get everyone through otherwise. Unbelievable. Very well attended.
Yeah, great.
Great atmosphere. Two of them.
Really nice.
Such a positive. Shabbat shalom. Okay. Shabbat shalom. How are you doing? You okay? Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Right. Right. Shabbat shalom, one and all. Can I ask for your attention? So just to say, if you're in the stairwell at the moment, please make your way in. We want to fit everyone in together in order to make Shabbat. And there are people still coming out of the sanctuary, which is a lovely problem to have. But we can't make Kiddush till we're all together. So please let everyone come through. Just to say, if you are a visitor to this community for the first time, you are immensely welcome. If you're from overseas, Bruchim Habaim, lovely to have you with us. We're going to go into Kiddush. And if you're on the live stream, we hope you're holding up something a bit better than the power winds that I think we've got right now. Vayachulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzava'am v'yachal Elohim b'yom hashvi'i melachto asher asa v'yishpot b'yom hashvi'i v'kol melachto asher asa ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קדישנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו ושבת קודשו באהבה ורצון הנחיל לנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי באנו בחטא ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה ורצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים. Now, Aaron, do you want to come and make hamotzi for us with the help of your two assistants? You hold that one up between you. And we say together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. If you are here for the dinner, please make your way through into the Stern Hall. If you're not here for the dinner, we might have one or two places for the rest of you. Shabbat Shalom, safely home. Do you want a bit of colour? Go for it, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Go for that.